All right, a ton of people have asked me to go over how I do cap rates, what a cap rate sheet is. So we're going to do a 3-part series. The first one is going to be breaking down an Excel sheet and how you get your cap rates, how you get cash on cash, and how I kind of organize and think about for my clients and myself when I buy a building. So let's dive into that. So this is something my client owns, 2980 North Ridgeway. It's a 3-unit. You've got a purchase price. He bought it owner ox when he put 5% down. You know, you also could do FHA 3.5% down, which is going to be amazing on your cash on cash, and we'll get to that. So the cash in here is $37,500. You could also put in your closing costs and whatever else you want to put in there, you can put in. The next thing is obviously going to be the monthly rents versus potential annual rents. That's going to be your gross potential income and what it actually is doing right now. The gross rent multiplier. This is your GRM. This is, I don't want to get too stock heavy, but this is basically what you're paying on earnings, the multiplier that you're paying. So you're paying 11 times rent for this place. That is, anything under 13 is really good. But that's what that is. So then you've got your net operating income, debt service, capital expenditures, loan proceeds, interest earned, all that stuff. I don't get into that when I'm doing back of the napkin math, but you can add that stuff in. We will go into that on the third one, how that affects your property. Operation cost right here, management accounting, you can add whatever you want. That's going to be your total expenses. And then you have your net operating income, which is obviously your NOI is your expenses, your income minus your expenses. So the real money you make, right? And then here's the big bad boy, your cap rate, 7.4%. That means that on $750,000, 55,000 of that is 7.4%. Cap rates vary depending on the neighborhood. The more solid neighborhood it is, the lower your cap rate. The better a stock company is, the lower your dividend is. The more risk you have, the higher people are going to want on that return, that cap rate. Just think about that. High risk, high returns. Everyone knows that. Low risk, low returns, right? So your cap rate in Lincoln Park is going to be much different than your cap rate in an area that's just turning, right? Because it's not solid in terms of your getting rents constantly. A building that doesn't, I'm going to give a little preview of the third one. A building that has a ton of issues with it is going to have a higher cap rate because there's so much more deferred maintenance that goes in it that hurts you than one that doesn't, that has ready to go. Okay, cash flow after taxes, we really didn't get into that. You can add that. That be in your cash flow before taxes, CFPD. The big one is going to be return of equity year one. So to me, this is what I call cash on cash. So I'm putting $37,000 down and I'm getting back $55,000. That's 147% on your money. People, it's a leveraged asset. The amount of money you make on real estate is insane. So that is the cap sheet. The return on equity in year one, your cash on cash, and some of these other costs are really what we're going to go into on the second part. So hopefully I see you there. If you subscribe, when the second video comes out, I'll go right to you. And we're really going to talk about how you make money without spending money. That's number 2, which is going to be fantastic.